Grand Rising on the morning drive. Halito, rise and shine, grand rising. Of course, we're not close to the sun coming up. I'm actually on the East Coast. So I'm like, it's 4:41 here on the East Coast, okay? Um, I always chose very wisely on what content I am going to talk about, okay? I'm very, very particular on what content I'm going to talk about because some things can be very touching and very, you have to be very mindful how you talk when it comes to somebody's passing. Very mindful on what you state when somebody else is not your family and the passing of someone. But this is a educational live that I want to share to you guys and being aware of what you need to be getting done with life insurance and what you need to be doing with your family. Y'all just give me a few seconds. For all the people that are up, shout out to you. I see four people in the comments. I mean, in the actually, I can see them in the chat box, but they're not in the, they invisible right now. But I can see you. Shout out to Prince of Petty. Shout out to that brother. Um, I had to be very very mindful what I was going to do when I was going to talk about this content. Thank you guys for being patient with me, still supporting the channel, even though I'm not here as much as I usually be because I have built up so much content on TikTok, and I'm balancing both. So thank you for bearing with me on still supporting this channel. The Grand Rising, Aborigine people, Grand Rising to every people out there. Okay, shout out to you, DBPA in the house. It's so great to see you guys early this morning. It's so great to see you guys early this morning. Okay, I am on the East Coast. Okay, I'm on in Virginia on the East Coast. We'll be heading down through Tennessee, heading into Georgia. But I can't. I just came from Pennsylvania. Okay, but I wanna talk about something that's very important, very very important. Okay, and that's life insurance. And this is something that is a problem in our community. This is a problem, a very serious problem. Okay, I had already did a video on TikTok where a rapper suddenly dies and he leaves behind his wife, and his wife said that she never thought about life insurance because she was young. She never thought about life insurance because she didn't think her husband was going to die. Okay, so these are things that I see that is a problem in our community more than others. Now, I'm sure other communities have this problem. I'm very much sure that there are other communities. I'm not here to gang up on our community. But so called black people in America that are Aborigine of America, this is a problem. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this content about a lady, on a very popular lady who passed at 97 years old. This goddess, this lady, she was a beautiful lady. All respect to my grandmother Holla. This lady, young in spirit. Um, you know what I loved about her, she didn't give a damn. She had a little bit of dementia, and she passed away from breast cancer at 97 years old, and that was on January the 14th. I waited a while to do this content in respect of the family. I did not want to jump trying to break news, do all this stuff. I wanted to sit back and watch other people talk about this content. But what I want to talk about and is the lagging, what happens with the family, what happens afterwards, the effect of life insurance, not having life insurance. And we all know that Grandma Holla was very popular on YouTube. She was a very popular lady on YouTube. And YouTube and TikTok, especially TikTok, mostly TikTok. And I strolled through finding this lady, and she's one of these people who just she's tell it like it is grandmother. As she spoke, she had some Vargo. When people are honorary and they're getting older, and she had a touch of dementia. She talked a lot of vocal things, and a lot of people was laughing, and everybody. But one of the things that the granddaughter was doing was prolonging her life by making her happy, and I understand that some people took that as she was getting, clout. Shout out to you, brother. And some people looked as she was getting clout. America strong in the house. But I saw it in another way. I actually followed the young lady and followed the grandmother and seen that she was actually prolonging the lady's life. That the lady was expecting to, due to stage 4 cancer, she had been expecting to pass away. She had been expecting to pass away. But what I do have a problem, and a serious problem in our community, Aborigine community, is the fact the lack of life insurance. The lady in her 97 years never had life insurance. Never had life insurance. And that is a problem in our community because the lady gained, the grandmother, she had so much popularity on social media that she took the hearts and souls of many, even celebrities that love this woman. Okay, so I'm pretty much sure the granddaughter took advantage of the popularity and all of the things, the clout that came with the grandmother, and she started a GoFundMe, a GoFundMe, for the future of burying her grandmother. But it initially started at 10,000, and it blew up to 40,000. 40,000. Now there's family members. There's family members who did nothing to help this woman, in no way or fashion. The young lady quit her job to be there with her grandmother throughout her, through the time she got sick. The young lady quit her job to be there with her grandmother, and they were doing a lot of shows on TikTok daily and making a lot of people smile and a lot of people happy. So many people donated to this lady cause, okay? They donated because, granted, this lady brought a lot of smiles to a lot of brothers and sisters out there. She was that funny. So if you don't know who I'm talking about, Grandma Hollers, you can actually pull her up, okay? Um, but I don't think the granddaughter knew that this lady was going to blow up, as she did. She blew up, and her popularity grew and grew and grew on social media, to the point where, like I'm telling you, there were celebrities that knew about Grandma Holla. Okay, um, the unfortunate thing is that the granddaughter, through this whole course, should have had some kind of policy for her grandmother. There's nowhere in the world going through 97 years of this grandmother's life that she should not had. This is what we talk about with generational wealth. The fact that we're not able to pass anything on to our children. Napkin people have a history of being able to pass generational wealth. Other cultures pass generational wealth. But when it comes down to our people, we do not figure out how to pass generational wealth. And you can do that through life insurance. 97 years of this lady, and I'm sure she worked many years of her life. I don't have a problem with the GoFundMe of the granddaughter benefiting from helping, and she's going to be the one who's going to be set up with the cost of burying her grandmother. But there was a lot of clout to this, and we know it. 40,000. It started with 10K, and it ended up with $40,000. And you know that family members who was not involved in prolonging this lady's life. This is what happens after a person passes away. Greed, money, greed, money. Separation, greed, money. Never gave a damn about their grandmother, but they gave a damn about the money. When the money came up, then it becomes a problem. Now, none of the family members out of that family, other than that granddaughter, came up with a solution to figuring out how to bury their grandmother after becoming stage 4 cancer, after getting stage 4 cancer. Nobody had a plan. But the young lady did manage to get 40K. And my problem with our people is you relying on others. The problem with our people is relying on others to take care of something that you should take care of. Aborigine people in America should take care of our people. And it should never get to GoFundMe. And then it becomes a scandal. Then it becomes a fight over money. It's very important that you guys get life insurance. Money is the rule to all evil. It's all fun and games when you're not involved in the hardships of watching one of your loved ones decaying right before your eyes. I've been through that. It was only 3 years ago, 4 years ago, me going through that with my mother with stage 4 cancer. But my mother prepared her own self, and she didn't put it off on her children, and she had life insurance. We didn't have to pay for anything. My mother set herself up within her life, but there's not a lot of people that had the opportunity, that was responsible and had the financial background to be able to take care of themselves the way my mother did. And I want you guys to understand this. I can't talk to people without being able to experience things like this myself. I watched my sister, who did not have life insurance, and watched my mother have to step up and take care of getting my sister cremated, coming out of her own pockets to help my sister be even cremated. It's a problem in our people, with our people. Aborigine people, it's a problem. And you only living by the moment. You live your life by the moment. You're enjoying yourself. You're getting crunk out here. You're out here living it like it's your last, but you're not thinking about others. My sister was not able to leave anything to her son, her two sons, and her daughter. My mother had to step up and help. Family members had to step up and help her. But my mother, we didn't have to put a hand in it because my mother took care of her life insurance. And I made it to where I had to look in my own self and say, hey, I got to get all of my family members with life insurance. Policies are very cheap, and people are very, very, very stingy with their own money, that they don't give a damn about their own self. And they don't give a damn about their own people. Because when you don't take care of this problem and somebody else is responsible for burying you, you're selfish. And I want you guys to understand this. These GoFundMe situations, people should never be taking care of your family. Shout out to Mother Unnatural in the house. I am so sorry that I'm sorry that you lost your mother also, and she didn't have life insurance. But now we got to do better than our parents. We got to do better than our ancestors. We got to get life insurance, and it helps us with generational wealth. And if you understand that this will help generations and generations of your offsprings, generations and generations of your offsprings, to your grandchildren, all the way down, it affects them. And black people in America wonder why they sit at the bottom of the barrel. Because we don't focus on what is important to us. And then we leave the burden on our children. We leave the burden on our children to take care of the things that we should take care of. It never should fall off on grandchildren. It never should fall off on your children. The responsibility lies only with you. So, yes, the granddaughter was able to raise 40K or a little bit more allegedly. But I don't knock the granddaughter. I don't knock the granddaughter for getting her grandmother, and she's burying her grandmother, and the other family members are jealous because they not able to get none of the money. I watched this young lady film moments with her grandmother for over a year. I watched the her taking care of her grandmother, feeding her grandmother, putting her grandmother in situations where her grandmother got a chance to meet celebrities. Her grandmother seen things in her last part of her years that she never saw in her life. Her grandmother became relevant in the last couple of years because of social media. Her grandmother was 97 years old. And yes, her granddaughter got clout. Her grandmother was 97 years old. Not y'all can tell, y'all know what I'm talking about. The granddaughter was not 97 years old. The grandmother was 97 years old. And some would say that the granddaughter, it shouldn't have never fell to the granddaughter. What happened to the what happened to mother's grandmother Holla's or children, not the grandchildren? The grandchild should have never been put in that situation where she had to raise money to bury her grandmother. That lies on her own children. If that woman was going through dementia, just like Brother Petty say, it only costs $40 for a policy. Me too. When the other family members saw how much money we were getting, they wanted a part of it. And it's sad they don't want to go through the times where she's vomiting, the times you have to change her, the hard things that you got to feed her. The times of watching anybody watch a cancer patient. Anybody, I seen my nephew. I seen my nephew do the things that I couldn't even do with my own mother. I was working over the road and my nephew was in the house with my mother. And my nephew was helping her as she was going through a stage 4 cancer. If you never saw a person passing away before your eyes, you would never understand. You would never understand that you knew and you saw your mother in a way that you seen her healthy. My mother was a marathon runner. My mother was a marathon runner. My mother was a knockout. Before she even that my mother was 74 years when she died. But let me tell you something. In her during her before she had a stage 4 cancer, you would have never knew that my mother was in her 70s. My mother, when they tell you black don't crack, black don't crack, black don't crack. Shout out to the Bronze. So if you've never been there before, watching a person dying before your eyes, you would never understand. I made sure that my children had policies. I made sure that my wife had policies. I made sure that I have a policy, that I wouldn't be selfish enough to pass away. I'm a truck driver. At any given moment, I can drive this truck and not see my family ever again. And I'm not selfish enough to leave them nothing. It's your duty as a man, it's your duty as a woman to take care of your family. It's your duty as a man and as a woman to take care of your family. It's a selfishness. And I can't blame older people like Mother Holla or your mother, sister, because they come up from an era where health insurance was not a priority because we was not given the best of health. Life insurance was not a need because we didn't get life insurance. But now we have no excuses. We got to get policies for our people. We got to get policies for our people. And we don't talk about this on platforms because nobody wants to talk like this. This is too much of real consciousness. This is too much of too much of doing right. This is too much of doing right. And if you are a part of the Aborigine community, you would understand what I'm talking about. If you thought and valued your people and understand that we need that lengthy wealth, this is how you gain financial wealth. This is how you are able to pass on generational wealth to your family by simply opening up a policy, by simply thinking and not being selfish. Ezel, the brother who played as Ezel on Friday, that man was a actor. You guys love watching this brother as an actor. And this brother passed away in his 50s out of sudden, all of a sudden, he just passed away. And could you believe that he didn't have life insurance? Could you believe that he did not have life insurance and that his ex-wife, they had to go do a GoFundMe? It never should fall in the hands of other people. Your life should matter that much, that other people should have the control over your body in making the decisions on how you should be buried or how you should move on in this world, away from this world. That should not fall on other people who you don't even know. It should not fall on strangers' back. I don't give a damn how popular you are. I don't give a damn if how popular you are. Everybody should have life insurance. That is a need in our community. And when I heard that young ass, I can't think of the rapper name, and the young lady who was talking, I got it. It's on TikTok. If you guys follow me on TikTok, you will see the young lady states that she never thought she said she wouldn't even ask for help for somebody to spit on her if she was on fire. She never thought about getting life insurance. She thought because she was young, and she thought because her husband was young that he wouldn't pass. But he's a rapper and he's in them streets and he ended up passing away and left your ass nothing. Your son, your daughter leaves with nothing. You don't love your family enough, your children enough for them to have something. I came on here today to send this message on the morning drive. And if you catch the replay for those who are on who are asleep right now, who's in the central part of America, and those who are on the East Coast, on the West Coast, if you got to get a chance to catch this replay, if your life truly mattered, you would get life insurance. If your life truly mattered, you would not put the burden on your children or your grandchildren. When you pass away, they're going to be battling over financial stuff. Make sure that you also give a will so your family members won't be fighting over your assets. Get a will, get a lawyer, prepare yourself so brothers and sisters won't be half killing themselves. Uncles, all these people who didn't give a damn about you. All these people who didn't give a damn, and all of a sudden they come out the woodworks and they family, and they want a hand in the shit that you earned. All of a sudden, because they're related to you, they're entitled to have something. So get a will. Learn to get a will and learn to get life insurance. And that's my message for today. And I would like to thank all of you guys for showing up and showing out. Shout out to Mother Nature. Shout out to the Prince of Petty and follow his podcast. And also shout out to Brian's. Shout out to everybody who's in the Yosef in the house. Shout out to BPA. And shout out to the people, even the brother out of the 7 people to the 8 people to the 10 people who did not come in. Shout out to you. Even if you're in the bushes, shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? America Strong, shout out to you. Remember, I am on TikTok. I got 3 channels on TikTok. Come out and support my TikTok channel. We be getting these people. We be debating all of these fake Indians, and we doing a great job out there. You know what I'm saying? So come out there and check out. I'm about to start coming back to YouTube. I'm about to start doing more lives back here. I'm about to start bringing a lot of new content over here. So y'all want to thank you guys. Once again, I want to thank you guys for supporting me. And you guys have a great morning, a great day. I'm out of here.